There we go. Good morning again, everybody. Today's date is March 18, 2024. It's a Monday and a big week, a real big week here. The market fell down a bit Friday. You can see it on the SPY here. The Qs were probably the worst. You can see they fell down. They're trying to come back up, but man, I got to tell you, there needs to be a lot of energy yet. So be careful not to get faked out in some of these, fake moves moving up. The fact is we have a little rounded top pin here, and we need the rest of the day to get us up here and see if it can manage to pull us out. Big thing this week is going to be all about Mr. Powell. And what we've got here is right here. Let's see, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. FOMC meeting announcement, and then you've got the presser afterwards. So 2 o'clock East Coast time. So today here, then there's Tuesday. Probably not much going on, maybe some positioning. Tuesday, you'll see a lot of traders, a lot of charts moving into positions where everybody seems to think they know what Mr. Powell's going to say and how the market is going to take it. And if you guys read any headlines, any news over the weekend, and I read it all the time, I get it pops up on my phone, and I read it. And I'll swear, it's like one or two people claim they know what's going to happen, going to be dovish. And then the next two maybe is going to be bearish, hawkish, and it's just a lot of people getting their 15 minutes of fame guessing because they really don't have a clue. And this just gripes me to no end, and you guys know that. Just simply follow the trend. And as a swing trader, if you're nervous at 2 p.m., why not be in cash? Why be in a position? You have that choice. You have that choice to say, to hell with all this nonsense. I don't need to be in there. Close everything out. You can always get back in it. Let's just follow the trend. Now, for those of you that watched the video that I put out Sunday night, I put out a video with, a chart like this mostly, showing how easy it is to follow the trend. It's super easy. You can see there's the trend. Follow the trend. Really, the only thing you need to know as a swing trader is, one, know what the trend is, I guess. Follow that. But you have to have those entry mechanisms. And between right way options, between hit run candlesticks, between BYOB trading, we've given you the entry options. So simple. So simple. So just follow the trend, and come Wednesday, be in cash and go to Cold Stone Ice Cream and get an ice cream. Don't try to beat anything in the market because you don't know how it's going to turn out. And I would almost bet that you have less than a 50% chance of being right. I don't know how that's possible, but I would almost bet you do. So really simple, really simple in trading here. All right. So with that said, let's take a look. What was I going to do here? Yeah, let's look at the SPY. So here's the SPY. We're back up over the T-line here pre-market, but it's going to have to hold at the end of the day. Is it going to hold there? And that's what we need to see. So be careful not to get caught in anything here. The price action here is not the best of all. If you look at a 2-day chart, it's actually forming a Oreo cookie. Just because there is say a bearish candle pattern, that does not guarantee 100% that you're going to have that bearish outcome. It doesn't mean that. But it does put the probabilities in that favor. So I'm watching this here on the 2-day chart, which if you know what it is on the 2-day chart, you can watch it on the daily chart. One good thing maybe to put on the daily chart is just take the recent high, and come down here and take the recent low, which is right there, and there's the 50% line, and that's where we're going to need to close over, which happens to be the T line. Okay, it's not that it's always the T line, but in this case it's a T line, so close enough. The Qs here, you can see that they've already kind of popped underwater a little bit under the trendicator, and price is above the green dot. That's why I'm above the red dot. That's why it's turning green here. But it needs to close there today, and we need to see follow through because we've got a pretty nasty chart pattern here. And if you look at this on a 2-day chart, there is your Oreo cookie pattern, and we actually have follow through on the Q. So let's be a little bit careful, till we know how the market is going to act. Okay, so here's a few charts. Oh, and by the way, right now I'm still looking at the market bullish because overall the market is still bullish, getting sloppy but bullish. Tuesday night here, 8 p.m. Eastern, I'll be hosting our free room in here, and if anything turns out to be, if the market needs to be looked at on the short side, we'll definitely be looking at those shorts. So Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. All right. So QCOM, take a look at QCOM. This is, I think, one of the best chart setups there are right in here. And this is, I think, what a lot of people here in the room look for. And that's, here's your trend. You can see it right there. And then we have this rally and a pullback. And then what we're looking for is an entry right in there, right in here. Nice little entry. And then we're looking for that bullishness to continue up, just like that. A beautiful swing trade. So plan your trade, trade your plan. I haven't heard that in a long time. Plan your trade and trade your plan. Well, here you are. Here's a nice plan, nice trade to plan. So plan your trade where you would be a buyer. I would probably look at buying over 170.60 here. That takes us over the current high, and it takes us over these two candles as well. So a buyer here, and then what we're looking for is price to extend itself all the way up, taking out this high. Okay, so a nice little chart right here. QCOM. Let's look at Crux. Well, let's get rid of that. There we go. Crux might be setting up. A trend in a trend will stay in a trend until it's no longer a trend. It's just fact. It will stay in a trend till it's no longer a trend. It will trend until the trend breaks. It's that simple. There's no hidden meaning in there. There's no secret sauce. There's no, well, what if? There's nothing there. It is very, very simple. If you have a trend, it will stay a trend until it's no longer a trend. Just like that right there. If price was to come back down below that trend, and I'm looking at the green dots here, if price comes back below, that trend is now broken. Here, I want to go over here. So here's Crux, right? I'm going to go to a 60-minute chart just so we can see the red, green, red, green. See how that trend right here? See how we were trending green for the most part? A couple little wackos right there. And then see how it went red, and the white line, the T line, went underneath the trend indicator? That's bearish. See how it's green now? That's bullish. It's not difficult to find trend. So you find trend, and then all you have to work on is your entry. Now, we also like to put the market in our favor. That's important as well. You don't want to be trading long if the market is tanking, and you don't want to be really trading short if the market is rocketing. So any way you look at it, I see Crux here. I see that consolidation. I see that 3-8 trap. I see this as a possible trade. Some traders are going to buy it early on. Some traders are going to wait till it triggers over 129.88, and that might be a buy for other folks. Bottom line, you take everybody looking at this chart, what they're looking at is trying to negotiate an entry just about in that space right there. And then what they're waiting for is that follow through, because that follow through is what pays you right there. Okay. BB, I still like BB. I talked about this one on last night's video that I did, and we never bought BB because BB was not, it did not give us an entry. BB just might be getting close to giving us an entry here. Not right in here. I'm going to wait for a little bit more. But this is a nice, $2, $3 stock, a great stock trade, what could be a great stock trade, setting up, and then I'll alert as it moves. I've got a special watch list for BB and a few others here on it. So BB is one for the watch list. GM, look at GM. We talked about that Oreo cookie being bearish. Right here is a Fig Newton chart pattern. And that's where you have a bullish candle, not so bullish, and a bullish candle. So right there. We also have a bullish engulf sitting here. And it looks like we're showing follow through this morning. So here we go. There's the follow through, and here's what we want to happen. Now, of course, somewhere in here, you're very likely to have a little red candle as well. That's just the nature of trading. It's like breathing. You inhale, exhale, like that. You have to take breaths. So sometimes you get those little red ones in there that keeps you honest, I guess. So GM is looking pretty good. Here's CVS. CVS is looking really good. That's opening up great, the top end. Everybody who's trying to trade this, they're trying to negotiate an entry right in this area. So you can be one of those people that negotiates that entry. Maybe your entry is right in here. Maybe you wait for an entry to pull back. Maybe you're patient. You say, look, I'm not going to buy it up here. I'm going to wait till it pulls back. And if it doesn't pull back, oh well, I'm going to go find the next chart. There is nothing wrong with that, and that is good trade planning, if you ask me. If you have a system that works for you and you wait for that pullback, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing about that pullback that would suggest the chart is no good. Not at all. It's just resting. It's just pulling back. And then what you'll look for is the buyers, or you buy, on that pullback. And then you're looking for that swing to the upside. Other traders are going to buy it up here or on a breakout. Doesn't matter if it pulls back to them. They're buying it because they see the potential of maybe a 10% move. 10% move would put you up here about this 83 area. I probably should, I'm probably out of time here. So anyway, I'll be back here at the bottom of the hour. Thank you everyone for being here. And please let's not forget Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern right here, where I'll be hosting a live webinar and see if we can figure out what's going on and how we could trade the rest of the week. Okay. Thanks everybody. We'll see you later. Thank you.